Now, two residents of Rossnaroon drop by as Blonde and Charlotte talk fashion, food and much more on the afternoon show.
Tina G, now known as TG Cahead, hit our screens 10 years ago this year, and it's just flown by. And with it spawned one of the most successful homegrown soaps, actually the best soap on TV, Rossnaroon. Growing from strength to strength, its innovative and brave, very brave I would say at times, storylines have hooked the nation.
Hey Tara, what you about that?
Come on, still in?
I got a guard. How are you, Marty? Just a bit scared.
Come on. Oh, céir seo? Conal, híle gúil tú baint lá na súlas?
Bháinna níos mó ná sin ró a bhaine deis.
Och, tá sé go mach leis man sin, cin am tar a ríist.
Anne-Marie, ach, tá sé imínis tríar mar chluisim.
Joining us today are the latest on-screen hot couple, Gavin O Fearraigh agus Anya Ryan on the phone. It's good to meet among you. Cechel Rudy, would you post a kilora he san chin no hearing chin?
Yeah.
So we check Cuny she's.
Tá Cuny she's big on the net.
Agus Cechel will Rossnaroon, the guy har kinnet.
Tá sé galínta bainna camera.
And your roles and your characters have, well, I don't know, you're a sexy couple.
Well, we're a would-be couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, would be.
Yeah,
couple.
Tara has her eye on Conal, but Conal has his head up in the clouds at the moment. So
I think Conal has eye on many, many people. Would I be right?
That could be it.
Yeah, too many, I think.
I think the wandering eye a bit, Conal. You have to actually get on, obviously, to do some of those scenes. Do you get on?
Yeah, we get on pretty well,
Most of the time, yeah.
But it just depends by the scriptwriters who they put together, I suppose.
So it wasn't a genuine chemistry, it was just something that came into a script.
No, she's taken.
That's what I tell my boyfriend anyway.
Yeah.
You can have an on-screen boyfriend and an off-screen boyfriend. It doesn't necessarily clash. Now, the storylines, I mean, I think of the double suicide, the domestic violence, the rape. I mean, you did all these when no other soaps were doing them. What is that about Rossnaroon that's a little bit different?
I suppose they're very, very brave storyliners and story writers that are willing to tackle the issues, and they happen very, I suppose, ahead of the posse in a lot of the stories. And they seem to deal very well with them, and people engage with them, and it seems to be part of the success of the soap.
And it's weird, it's so unnatural for me to speak. I'm speaking English to you and it's funny, I just feel I should be speaking out. Because when you're a native speaker, it's always a bit funny, isn't it? It's always a bit strange. Ach, a lauert faoi Rossnaroon hain. Gavin tú go maninse gur se bu cabar creil an Gaeilge agus scríb drámíocht an Gaeilge gur orí bheith canal éagsúil. Máil gur daoine bhealaisteach. Ní ra héna sin anya?
Seans go bin cuidó. Said le go walk through the work agus go dúir daoine áidirt. Cailt bheith began ín difriú le stoi. Tá gaiidir linn ar chuile.
But everything on TG Cahead kind of, you know, broke boundaries and pushed it out for us. It was a very different station. It was so innovative. It had to be, I think, because it was promoting a minority language.
Yeah.
When you were watching Rossnaroon when you were younger, did you think you'd ever be on it?
No, that's the last thing I ever expected.
What age were you 10 years ago?
I was 16. I can remember myself and my mother sitting just watching it, and there's no way I ever thought I'd be on it. Not a chance, especially the barman. Not a chance.
Especially beside Tig.
Especially beside Tig. I love acting with him. He's a fantastic actor, though. Absolutely fantastic.
Macdara Forth is a wonderful actor, but my God, he's you either love him or hate him, and you want to hate him, but it's hard to because he's so brilliant.
Yeah.
The first scene that I had in Rossnaroon was with Tig, and after watching him for 9 years, I was nearly scared walking on set, coming up against him.
I'd actually be a little bit scared. It'd be like me now sitting beside Gabe Byrne hosting a show. I'd be like, can I do this beside the God himself? But it's brilliant. And Tig has been there from the beginning. A lot of characters haven't, though. A lot of people have moved on. Is that...
I suppose a lot of the older cast are still there, but a lot of the younger cast have moved on. And thankfully, because they've made way for us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Of course, people like Joe Steve O'Nyachton and people like that, it's brilliant that they're still there. It's brilliant, they're brilliant. They give great performances.
They do, and as well as that, you know, their Irish is so rich that, you know, we're learning from them all the time.
Yeah, Anya, are you a native speaker?
I am, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you, because you were teaching, isn't that right?
I was, for 10 years.
And then you went into acting?
Yeah, I was always doing a bit on the side, and I just decided then to take a year out and to try my hand at something different, and it's been just a roller coaster year. It's been amazing.
But isn't that brilliant about acting, that you can do one thing and all of a sudden you just went into it? It's fantastic. But you can also sing.
I can do a few other things, I suppose.
Now, she can sing, and she can sing really well. Have a look at this. Charity, you're a star. And did you enjoy that experience?
Sure I did. Yeah, it was an amazing,
sure,
2 weeks. It just feels like a lifetime ago now, to tell you the truth.
Of course, we were all so biased at home in Rockcar and Glastonbury. We had to vote for all the Gaeilgeoirí. It had to happen.
Yeah.
It was excellent stuff. Do you sing, Gavin?
I do.
Mystic
is the East.
Tá tú go seach panto an gáile, what is it fear?
Tá, the panto chat in East in it. It's coming up from the 1st of January to the 7th of January.
Excellent.
It's Latin. So I'm playing the part of the genie.
Am I not surprised? Why aren't you the charming prince?
Because last year we did Cinderella and I was Prince Charming last year, so it's something different this year.
I know, you can't be Prince Charming
Can't be
every
Prince
year.
Charming all the time.
Shucks, even though you really do deserve it. Now, you were in an ad. You did an ad for the Irish, to promote the Irish language.
Yes, along with Sheila Shoige and Dara Knaja.
Let's have a look at this, remind ourselves.
Nádar an sinne an glón dernach a chuirigh peann le pár.
Beidir gurm duine an lún dearna agus abal dar Jack féinnig anart.
Seans má gur muide an chlún deire nach ranóí nip agus tuck.
Ach ná bíoch muid ar an lún deire de chaintóirí dúchasacha.
What has Russ na Rún, though, and TG Carr done for the Irish language, in your opinion? Both of you work for TG Carr. What has it done for it?
An awful lot.
An awful lot, well, especially for young crowds now growing up, for them to, like, you can actually see the difference between young people at school now. They'll all actually watch Ross na Rún.
That's great.
This is the feedback, even from my brother, who's a teacher. It'll all come back to him. The feedback from the kids watching it. It's unreal.
It's absolutely excellent, really, really
And the amount of people who watch the likes of Russ na Rún who don't have a word of Irish, and it might have rekindled their interest in the language as a result, which is not a bad thing.
And I love the mixture of dialects in Russ na Rún. I think that's very good, to show that there's so many different dialects in the Irish language that people don't always understand.
You need that.
But you need that, and it also adds a bit of character to it, because...
We need to get a few more in Ross na Rún, Donegal ones.
I know, I noticed that. You're pushing your way in slowly but surely, slowly but surely. Maybe there's too many Connemara people, is there, on you?
Well, I suppose it's natural, seeing as where it's based,
Absolutely.
but it's good to have the mix in there and
it's good
represent
to have
everybody.
the sort of the connoisseurs that you don't recognise where it's from. You know, the kind of the neutral connoisseurs, because that is a growing population. Gael Scotland and everything else. It's brilliant stuff.
And we've great fun as well, you know, comparing our Nahan accounts around the lunch table.
Yeah, we get slagged the most though, the Donegal.
Do you watch the other soaps?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
And what do you think? What do you think of them? Which would be your favourite?
I've seen very little of them lately.
Probably Coronation Street, because it's probably we were brought up with that.
You'd be like
there's a good mix of humour and everything in it, you know, so it's...
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, what's going to happen to your characters? Are you going to get it together?
Well, I think Connell finally asks Tara on a date.
Oh!
But whether it works out or not remains to be seen.
Have to tune in and see.
Hold on now, you asked him on a date?
No.
Oh, no, he asked you.
Finally.
Okay. Finally, he gets the hint.
You'll get
Sending
the
the signals.
But I know by his wandering eye, actually on screen, not here in the studio, when he's in character...
His eyes only for you.
Not at all. This guy will not be happy with one woman. I know, by you. It's that northern accent melts us all. I should have seen me years ago when I met the first guy I met from Donegal. Oh, I thought my heart would melt with the comments. Got your bum at you. It's the way they say it.
Should Gallant have
I should Gallant. So, Anya, you won't go back to teaching now, that's it, you're bitten.
Well, not for a while yet, not for a while. I'll keep going as long as I can go, and then when the time comes to go back to the classroom...
Do either of you have any say in how your character develops? Would you drop a hint to a writer in the canteen over a cup of coffee?
It depends. Sometimes poor Connell's always so sad looking. So I was just hoping to make him like more happy.
And more fun.
More fun, maybe.
Excellent stuff.
I suppose they all know us, so they'd understand maybe what would suit us as actors to bring to the character, so they'd work in it that way, and it works.
Okay. And another 10 years, another 50 years, how long will Russ na Rún last?
As long as possible, I hope.
Yeah, look on the day.
Oh, it's got another 30 years anyway. Or 40. He's looking at me going, where will I be when I'm 50? Gur míle mahagi birds, we should park in. Gur míle mas hotíocht the stag. Or honey shin Belfast Connemara. They came all the way from the west just for us.
Oh, very good.
And it was worth it.
Now wait for this. This is my gift to you.
Oh yeah.
Fósta teacht by me the fragad the Keshtanna Liani. Do you know the brownie points I get for doing that?
Oh, Miss Keane.
I know. Did it just for you?
No, ask our judges. Kecharushi.
Ain't mine.
I think no. I think your challenge should be. I won't start before Christmas. After Christmas, one day a week. Oscailga. A whole show.
Kerkelar Blondie coffee.
How revolutionary.
I'm going to turn you into
with Peggy and Mike now. Excellent enough. Still to come, we'll be answering your calls and giving solutions to all your baby problems. That's what you said, isn't it? Excellent stuff. And everything a woman needs to know, from designer dentistry, the book is here, to household hints, and even how to get a man. I don't need one, but you never know. It's all in the book. We meet the author and her secrets and find out all her secrets right after this. Ma van, hoe heen?